What's going on, guys? The Comics Kid 2099 here. Today I want to talk to you about The Dragon Prince. This is an animated Netflix original series that just premiered, I think, on September 14th. It is 9 episodes long. Each episode is about 20 minutes, and this is really good. I like this quite a bit. It is brought to us by a couple of guys who worked on Avatar: The Last Airbender. So if you are a fan of that show, you might want to give this show a shot. Aaron Ehasz and Giancarlo Volpe, they both worked on Avatar, and they're both working on this, and then there's some other names who worked on this that I wasn't familiar with. Justin Richmond, who I believe worked on Futurama. I had never heard of him before, but he's one of the co-creators of the show, and this is a really good show. I liked it quite a bit. I really wasn't sure what to expect. I went into it pretty much completely cold. I hadn't even watched a trailer for it. I had heard Giancarlo Volpe talk about it quite a bit on Twitter, but I didn't know anything about the characters or the plot or anything whenever I went into it, and I ended up liking it quite a bit. I don't want to talk a whole lot about the plot because I do think that you will enjoy it quite a bit the less that you know about it. But if you are a fan of Avatar and that type of series, I think that you will like this. Now, that's not to say that this is very similar to Avatar. In fact, it's quite different from Avatar. With Avatar, the thing about that show is when you first start out, it's very cut and dry who the bad guys are and who the good guys are. There's no question about, okay, these people are bad. And now later on, the bad guys that you get in the first episode of Avatar end up being not as bad, but you still have a very clear idea of, okay, these people here, they are our enemies, and you're not getting a whole lot of fleshing these characters out and giving them very three-dimensional human characteristics. And you're not doing the same thing with the heroes either. Their heroes are basically heroic. They're not getting a whole lot of villainous interpretations. But with the Dragon Prince, without getting too much into actual characters, you have characters here who are definitely villainous and they are definitely antagonistic, but they also have good moments in this show. And they have, I don't want to say heroic qualities, but they have qualities that are not villainous. And it's very nuanced. Also, you have some of your heroes who have some very dark villainous moments in this season. And I really like that. And it's not a mature audience's show, which I was very surprised by. This, I think, is TV Y7, and you've got characters here who are trying to assassinate other characters, and you've got other characters here who are being played as good guys, and then it's like, oh, whoa, no, they're not good guys. And it's still, at the end of the season, you can clearly say, okay, that person is a bad guy, and that person is a good guy. But then you've got other characters who I'm thinking, I don't know where they're going to land, even by the end of this season. And this season does end on a cliffhanger. I'm almost 1,000% sure that it is going to get a second season. I don't know when, but I did like this season quite a bit, so I am going to be watching season 2. But if you go into this expecting a full story or the complete story, no, this is the beginning of a story, and I hope that it goes for a little while. I'm really excited about this. I am very interested to see where it goes. There's one thing a lot of people I've seen complain about this. I've seen several people complain about the art style, and about 90% of the time the art style does not bother me, but there are a few moments here and there where I was thinking, that's a little weird. Mostly, as I understand it, they did something with 3D animation and slowing down the frame rate to try and make it look like 2D animation. And so, for the most part, it doesn't bother me, but there are a few moments here and there where I was looking at it and I was thinking, this looks a little weird. And it's very hard for me to explain what I mean by that without actually playing an episode and then pointing something out, and I'm not going to do that here. But there were a few moments where I was thinking, that character's facial expression is not really matching the mood that they are supposed to be expressing in this moment in the show. And there was one or two times where I noticed that happening, and then there were times where I felt like a character was moving a little slow, and then I found out, oh, they slowed the frame rate down to get this desired effect. And I'm thinking maybe that's why this character was moving a little slow and it didn't look right in animation. But for the most part, the animation did not bother me. I've seen some people say they really did not like the style, and I didn't really see any problems with it. I liked it quite a bit. I like the story here. I think that it's truly an all-ages show. It's something that if you're in your late 20s like I am, you can enjoy it, and if you're 7 years old, you can enjoy it. So I hope that you guys will check this show out, watch it a whole lot, tell your friends about it, so that we can get multiple seasons of the show and let it go where the creators of the show want it to go. So those are my brief non-spoiler thoughts on The Dragon Prince. I hope that you guys will at least give it a shot, and in the meantime, I will see you guys later in the week with another video. In the meantime, you guys have a great rest of the day. Catch you later.